Hey guys, what's going on? I'm just sitting here on Sunday waiting for the market to open. It won't open until Tuesday though, because it's Memorial Day tomorrow. So I'm going through EliteAlgo. I just got that a week or so ago. I bought it. I think it was like $67 for the month. I'll leave a link in the description. You can come to this review article right here, EliteAlgo review. In it, what you'll find is all my rantings and ravings about different things I'm testing and checking out. Hopefully there'll be something useful in here. I'll also put a link to the best possible price that you can get. If there's any discount codes, you can click on here and go buy it and try it out for yourself. So it's a very powerful tool. It's indicators basically and works for Forex, crypto, futures, commodities, just everything basically. It's almost a little bit too powerful though. So what I've been trying to do is come up with a strategy that is in line with what I've been using with EliteAlgo, which I love. I'll also leave a link in the description below to go and try out EliteAlgo. It's a little bit cheaper. I have a coupon code which I'll put in the description, which can give you 30% off EliteAlgo. And I've had some great success over the last few weeks with EliteAlgo with a 75% win rate right here and $10,000 profit. EliteAlgo, I'm still trying to come up with a good strategy. Couple of days, kind of break even, not the best. So what I thought to do, like I do today, is sit down and look through do some sort of manual back testing and go through and look at some of the potential ways that I could use EliteAlgo in the coming weeks. So this is what I actually did. So after looking at it for a while, I decided to turn off the buy and sell signals completely on EliteAlgo. Now that might seem weird, right? Because most people want to see the buy-sell signals. That's what they think they can blindly follow. And it's not always true. Here's the buy and sell signals enabled. So you can see them pop up in the background here. I thought, let's try something simpler. Let's turn them off. And instead, let's just use trend trading signals, right? So there's this list on here of indicator overlays. And my experience with the EliteAlgo program has showed me that these overlays, these additional features, are probably more powerful than the actual buy-sell indicator signals themselves, and especially if you use them together. But in this case, it looks like you don't even really need to use them together. In fact, the two that I've come up with that might work really well, and again, I'm going to take some real trades on these in this coming week, so you'll be seeing some videos and data on this actual strategy. It's really, really simple. There's this thing called the trend cloud. It basically tells you what the trend is over a longer period of time. So it's like a slow trend. And then you have the fast trend cloud down here, which is more of a short-term trend, right? So because I usually like to scalp on the 1 or 5 minute time frame, I figured why not put the slow and the fast, and when they are the same, take a trade, and when they're different, don't take a trade. So just trend trading basically. And so it looks like it works really, really well on EliteAlgo. So let me show you. So I've got SPY on the 5 minutes. You guys that watch these videos regularly will know that I love to scalp on SPY on the 1 minute. It actually works better on the 5 minute for EliteAlgo, so I thought I would just maybe start trying the 5 minute. So more intraday trading, I'd say, than scalping. So I'll give it a go. We'll see how it goes tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow because it's Memorial Day, but the next day. Anyway, here's what I'm looking at. So this green thing right here is the trend, the slow trend, right? The overall trend of the markets. It's a slow time frame. And then, so when it goes green, you want to be taking long trades only, right? So the fast trend crosses it right here. So when the fast trend crosses it, it's a good entry point, right, to go long. You've got an overall upwards trend. You've got a fast upwards trend. So it's a good idea to buy here. And then my thought process was, why don't we just sell when it breaks through the fast trend here? And so this one would have worked perfectly. Now, here's a good example of why you want to trend, easy for me to say, why you want to trade with the trend, because the overall trend here is up. It's a green overall trend. I'll show you somewhere it's red and it's down. But look what happens here. So on this candle right here where it starts to go red, you would enter on this candle. Now if you look at my cursor here, by the time it starts to show an exit, you'd be at about break even, right? So even though this is sloping down and it's looking like it's, you know, a downwards trend, it hasn't been able to beat the upwards trend. So if you waited for this to turn red, you would need to be at least this candle, if not this candle. And you can see that if you held this to any sort of point of sensible exit, you would be actually here and potentially at a small loss or break even. So going against the trend doesn't work with this strategy. So what you'd want to do is wait until you saw the next green positive bullish trend start. And you can see that you'd enter on this candle right here, or maybe even this one, and you'd get a nice move up. And you probably want to exit probably here as it started to break down through the green upwards trend. But here's another good example, is if you were to try and do the same thing with the red one. By the time we turned red here, you'd be down on these candles here, and you'd be lucky if you got any movement by the time you broke up through here, so you'd stop out here kind of thing. So again, it would be kind of a horizontal movement rather than, it really wouldn't be worth taking. But if you look again here, this one turns green, even if you waited on one or two of these candles when you had real good confirmation that this was green. Because you're going with the trend, you get this massive run all the way up here, and then you sell on this breakthrough of the fast trend indicator on EliteAlgo right there. So yeah, pretty good. This particular downwards one actually worked, but as a general rule, like that might be the exception to the rule, right? That this one still wouldn't have done that well, because by the time it turned red here, you'd be in this candle. By the time it broke out above it, you'd be here. So you're really kind of just going sideways a bit. Whereas with the bullish ones with the trend, you're really getting that nice move. So yeah. So let's look for a version of this to check to see what it's like when the trend, instead of being this nice green slow bullish trend, let's look for when it's red, like a nice red trend, and see how it looks. It's been kind of bullish for a while, so we might have to zoom out and go back a little bit here. There we go. Okay. So you can see this massive move. It's really nice. Wasn't very bearish for a long time there. Here we go. Here's a bit of a longer bearish trend, so let's just try and look at some of these and see if the same idea holds true. Kind of weak though. We have a weak bearish trend, but let's see. Zoom in. So we're in this bearish trend here, and you could take this trade when we turn red on this guy. You'd be in around here, and you would exit as you break through here, so you'd get this kind of move. So not the best. This one, about the same. So in this particular trend, it's not hugely, I mean, this move obviously would be amazing all the way down to here. This one would have been a failed green trend as well, because although we have got movement up, again, by the time this fast trend turns green, you'd be in at one of these candles, and then you'd be out on one of these candles, so you'd be kind of sideways. Whereas if you then look at the next one, turn red here with the trend, you'd be in here, you'd get all the way down, and you'd get out like here, kind of thing. So again, the same thing holds true, as it looks like if you overlap the trends, then it might work quite well. So I'm looking to do maybe this on the 5 minute. I can look at the 1 minute and see how it looks. 1 minute's usually my favorite time frame. Let's see how the fast and slow trend indicators work. I mean, again, looking here is pretty good. When the green overlaps with the green, we get a nice entry on here, ride it all the way up. I mean, if the reds work, great, but like, it just might be a good idea to not take the reds, or take them with a smaller position size than you would when it's going against the trend. But yeah, looks pretty nice. So I'm gonna try doing that starting on Tuesday, and seeing if I can do this without all the added indicators and things. I'm not sure what other settings there are in here that will be useful, really. So you can't adjust the fast trend cloud, for example. You can't change its settings or whatever, I don't think. So really, that's about all you can do with it. Change the candles a little bit. I mean, maybe changing the candles will help. Probably not. The reversal bands, I think I showed them before on EliteAlgo. They're a bit fainter, they're kind of out, you see them like right here, right here. I'm not sure how much more help they'll be for this whole thing though, so probably leave them out of it as well. I've tried looking through some of these other settings. I've not been super impressed though. Like here's some consolidation zones it's added in. I mean, doesn't really help very much to me. I'll look into that in a little bit more detail though. What I found pretty useless as well was the advanced support and resistance. They don't really tell you anywhere where it comes from, but you can see like doesn't really like hold any of these lines. I've never been a huge advocate of key levels though, because they're a key level until they're not, right? Like, so I'll look at some of these other things. Maybe the trend scalper at some point could be interesting. I think I've looked at it a little bit before. It just kind of makes things fuzzy. Doesn't seem to add much to the fast trend cloud either. So I'm not super excited about that. I'll keep looking into more strategies though, but let me test this one out with real trades this coming week, and I'll try and report back to you guys if it works, if it doesn't work, what time frames it seems to work best on, and that kind of thing. In the meantime, check out my EliteAlgo review and also my LuxAlgo review, both of which will be in the description below. Alright guys, have a good weekend.